Welcome back, guys. This is the series that just keeps on giving. One thing that we all have in common in life is that we all eat food, I think. It's like a shared hobby that we all have. Perhaps that's why you've been loving these videos just so much. My name is Danny Burke, and let's get into the top 10 discontinued food items we miss, part 8. Coming out at number 10 now, we have push pops. These things were huge in the early 90s. You pushed them up to get the fruit candy and then push them down again to save them for later. They stayed fresh for the whole day, which made them the perfect snack for people looking to get their sugar fix throughout the day. The bright packaging and advertising made it quite clear they were being aimed at kids, and many people said that having them as children was quite a messy experience. Now, they have been gone for a while now, but can still be found in select online stores. Moving on to number 9, we have Quaker Oats Dinosaur Eggs Oatmeal. Yes, that name is almost as much of a mouthful as oatmeal itself. The idea was that once you put the oatmeal in the microwave, the little eggs nestled inside will begin to hatch into actual tiny little dinosaurs. Well, not actual dinosaurs, but you know what I mean, they look like them. Now, I personally never got to try this, and I'm gutted because I love dinosaurs. This would have had me jumping out of bed every single morning. They were released in 1998 but were eventually taken off the shelves. Although they've been discontinued in stores, a limited amount is being sold on Quaker's own website. So if you like the sound of this, go and check it out. Alright, coming in at the number 8 spot now, we have pudding roll-ups. In the 80s, fruit roll-ups and pudding snacks of any kind were hugely popular. That's why some genius over at the Betty Crocker Company came up with pudding roll-ups, a sort of twisted hybrid combination of the two. And kids, they love them. They came in 3 flavors: butterscotch, chocolate fudge, and milk chocolate. Now, just like normal roll-ups, you rolled these out to get yourself a nice, flat, chocolatey pudding that you could just then stuff straight into your mouth. Because who has time for a spoon, right? I don't have time for a spoon. Moving on to number 7 now, we have Snackmate Cheese. This was squirty cheese in a can, first released in 1968 and popular for about 10 years across America. Their taglines included "cheese that goes anywhere" and "it's uncanny," meaning it's almost like having real cheese, except probably not by the looks of this stuff. Either way, many adults have fond memories of having a can of this around the house that was whipped out and squirted on food that was just missing that artificial cheesy flavour. I'm joking, but I do really actually want to try this. How bad is that? Next up at the number 6 spot now, we have chickadees. These things were massively popular across Southeast Asia in the 80s and 90s. Kids everywhere from Australia to the Philippines enjoyed possibly the only chicken flavoured snack on the market at that time. Now, I've heard they tasted amazing. I don't know if they use real chicken flavouring though. Either way, each bag also came with a random prize ranging from stickers to a small plastic toy. Chickadees, everyone's a winner. I sound like I'm working for a company that's been gone for like 20 years. Moving on to number 5 now, we have Fruit Corners Fruit Bars. These bars from the 1980s tried to please both kids and their parents alike. Candy bars that were made with real fruit. They were made by General Mills, who hoped they would be filling up school lunchboxes all across America. The really weird thing was, the TV advert for them called them ugly and showed kids shocking their parents and teachers with just how ugly the bars were. I mean, is that cool? I've never found ugly fruit bars cool. Perhaps that's why they were discontinued. Or maybe I'm just not cool. Moving on to the number 4 spot now, we have O'Boyces. In the late 80s, if you wanted to overdose on pure salt, O'Boyces was the way to do it. They were potato chips made by Keebler. Now, from our previous videos, you guys might know Keebler as the company who made sweet treats such as Magic Middles. This was them trying to enter the salty snack market. Although they were popular, it sounds like they had enough salt in them to kill a horse. But you know what it's like? Once you pop, you just can't stop. But with these things, you just kind of stop when your lips go numb. Next up at the number 3 spot now, we have oatmeal swirlers. In the 90s, General Mills released their bowl of oatmeal swirlers. The idea was quite simple with this one. How do you get kids to eat healthy oatmeal in the morning? You cover it in a thick swirl of tasty but probably quite unhealthy red jam. Well, it worked. It sold really well, and part of the appeal seemed to be their advert showing how you could do kind of cool drawings with the jam or even play noughts and crosses with your friend. I've heard that in reality the best you could do was just an ugly smiley face. And next up at number 2 now, we have peanut butter boppers. You can't go wrong with a bit of peanut butter, can you? That's what Nature Valley were thinking when they released these bars in the mid 80s. They were quite literally tiny peanut butter logs. They were made by rolling together peanut butter with oats, Rice Krispies, and chocolate chips. Basically, they were so peanutty that if you ever got attacked by someone with a peanut allergy, your best form of defense would be to hit them with a peanut butter bopper. What a mouthful. There were 4 other types of flavors available: Fudge Chip, Honey Crisp, Cookie Crunch, and Fudge Graham. And I think I might actually name my first son Fudge Graham. And finally at number 1 now, we have French frauds. You guys have heard of French fries. Well, in the 60s you could also get French frauds courtesy of Pillsbury. They look like French fries or onion rings, but were marketed as chip snacks. Honestly, they look pretty tasty, but what they might be remembered for was their weird packaging. It had advice like, give French frauds as a tip to waiters, or hold a contest to see who can make the most noise while eating French frauds. Presumably the person who came up with these has never met a single other human being before, because that's the weirdest idea of fun ever. Also guys, please don't ever give a chip to a waiter as a tip. You will not be allowed back. Well, what a ridiculous note to end on. I have plenty more where that came from though, if you guys do want a part 9. I'm Danny Burke, and if you enjoyed the video then leave a like, or I guess just give me a French fraud next time I see you. That will do.